Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back from the Night Radiance to the channel. And today we have another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator. And today we are building a R34 Nissan GT-R. Well, it's actually not the Nissan GT-R in real life. It is the in-game car and it's the Ripsan Starline. Well, basically the R34 GT-R. And I'm gonna keep this one because I'm gonna build this one for myself. So let's see what we can do to this one. We do gonna upgrade the engine. The car currently has a inline dual overhead cam BU2, and we're gonna upgrade it to the inline-six dual overhead cam BU2 turbo. So we're definitely gonna make a lot more power. So the standard engine now currently makes 214 horsepower, and we standard gonna make 284 horsepower with the turbo engine, and we definitely gonna put upgraded parts to it. So let's see how much power we can actually make with that one. But first, we have to clean this one up, and I will see you then in the workshop.
5 minutes later.
So we have arrived on the project car, the R34 GT-R. Well, it is a very nice color, yellow. Well, sometimes I like yellow, and in this case I like it, but we're definitely gonna change the color, don't worry about it. But if you haven't seen last episode, we built this Jaguar E-Type, and if you haven't checked it out, you should highly do so. But the question is, should we still sell this one or should we still keep this one? Let me know in the comments down below. That would be much appreciated and we will decide next episode. Anyway, let's continue building on this beautiful car right over here. And let's see what we can do to this one. I'm first gonna do the engine because I am very tempted to build the engine first. And I really want to know how much power that one gonna make. So I am very hyped about the engine. So let's get right into building the engine. The RB26DE is a naturally aspirated variant of the RB26DE TT, made especially for the 1992 Nissan Skyline Outtech version GTS4, the HNR32 sedan. Mechanically, it is similar to the RB26DE TT as it uses the same cylinder head, bore and stroke, that is 86mm times 73.7mm, and individual intakes as the RB26DE TT, minus the usage of a parallel twin-turbo system. The engine and ECU were tuned by Outtech and SNS Engineering to make 217 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 245 Nm of torque at 5,200 RPM. It has also a higher compression ratio than the RB26DE TT at 10.5 to 1 ratio. And there we have it, the fully built engine, the powerhouse of the Nissan Skyline R34 GT-R. Ugh, what a mouthful. It is actually based on the RB26 and it's a very powerful engine. It's also an inline-six, so that should be working out very nicely with those engines. Well, first of all, I have to actually put the crane back on. Well, we can leave the car or the sensitivity. There we go. We can leave the engine actually over there right now because we first have to strip the car down because otherwise we cannot place the new engine. So let's see, what do we have? We do have a rust body and we do have a very bad engine and an incomplete engine. So let's get right into stripping this one down towards its bare shell and let's give it a weld job, and then we're gonna rebuild the whole beautiful car back together. So let's give it a shot on repairing this beautiful car. Let's go. The 10th generation from the Nissan Skyline, the R34, was introduced in May of 1998. The HR34, the ER34 and the ENR34 market in introduction of the more efficient RB25DET Neo engine. The RB20E engine was discontinued in the R34 base model, the GT, and the RB20DE, last being used in the R34-32 Skyline, was reintroduced into an updated Neo guise. The HR34 GT, powered by the RB20DE Neo and coupled with a 5-speed gearbox, became the most fuel-efficient straight 6 Skyline of any shape to date. This was the last Skyline to have its platform shared with a luxury-oriented longer wheelbase Laurel, which was due to be discontinued in 2002 after the closure of the plant where the car is produced in Japan. And there we have it, the fully stripped R34 GT-R. Well, it's finally an empty shell, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, what a car. Now let's see how much it costs to basically weld this one back together. And let's see, it is only 1,000. Okay, not bad, not bad. Well, this one is not gonna make 1,000 horsepower, unfortunately. We cannot put like a big engine in it. Well, it is a big engine, don't get me wrong, but it's not like the more power engines, if you know what I mean. So let's see. Do we have the engine? Yes, engine is ready. Now let's carry it over. Take it from the stand. Oh, come on and get it. Oh, no, no, no. That way. Yes. Get it on the crane because we want to see how much power this one can make and how it looks in the car. No, this way. Ooh, close. Come on. Almost there. Yes, and install. Oh, okay. The engine is in. Whoa, look at that. Wow. This one can go back. There you go. Oh my god, that looks so cool on the yellow. I don't know why, but it actually looks very, very sick. There you go. Look at this engine, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now let's go and continue on rebuilding this beautiful car back together. Let's give it a shot and let's see how it looks when it's finished. I'm actually quite curious. Now let's go. An export marketed 25 GT Turbo Coupe variant, often referred to as the GT-T, was sold in Singapore and Hong Kong from 1998 to 2000. While the facelift 25 GT Turbo was sold in New Zealand between 2001 and 2002 alongside with the GT-R V-Spec. These were the only 3 countries outside of Japan that sold the R34 25 GT Turbo model Skyline new. All Japanese Nissan Prize store locations that sold this Skyline were renamed Nissan Red Stage. Nissan introduced 2 new models for the base vehicle, the 25 GT-X and the 25 GT-V. The 25 GT-X was only available as a sedan and included extra options over the base model 25 GT and the 25 GT Turbo, such as tinted rear windows and pop-up LCD display that replaced the triple cluster on the turbo models. Another version, the 25 GT-V, was a naturally aspirated version of the powered by the RB25DE. Came standard with an upgraded 4-piston front and 2-piston rears, Sumoto calipers, limited slip differential and 16-inch alloy wheels only found on the turbo models. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the fully restored R34 GT-R. Damn, what a cool looking car, and I really like the trunk area. Wow, that is so cool with that spoiler. I love it. Well, it looks like a Bumblebee right now, but it's not Bumblebee, that's a different car. But let's see what we can do to this one in the paint shop.
The next day.
So we have arrived at the paint shop. Damn, that bag looks sick. Now let's see what we can do to this car and what kind of color should we make it and if we have liveries. So first of all, we have the yellow or gold, or not gold color, but we do have the yellow and we do have liveries. What do we have? We do have some striping, very, very cool. We do have more stripe. Oh, this one, this time we do have colors. Okay, we have number 3, we have fully red, also very sick with the yellow. We do have the gray, okay, also very sick. And then we have 5, what do we have? Okay, we do only have a stripe over the hood. And the bumper area, we do have it in gray. And we also have it in red, and we have none. Well, I think I go with the gray on the back. So this one, yes. And then what can we do? We do have black. 1 second. What are the factory colors? Okay, we do have black. We do have blue. Nice. We do have a... Oh, and we do have the jade. Oh, that looks sick with that gray. Maybe we can choose a different one. With the... No, not the red. No, not the blue. We do have black. That looks sick. Oh yeah, that looks very, very sick. Okay, now what do we have more? I really like the jade color. Yeah, okay, I go with the fully black livery on this one. I think it looks a very sick, nice transition. It's not fully what we wanted, but it is a livery and I'm very pleased with this. So let's paint the car this color and this livery. And look at this. We have a very nice jade and we're definitely gonna keep this car. Look at this. Wow. I really like the jade color on the Skylines. It's one of my favorite color, if not my favorite. Yes, we do have the midnight purple, but I think, in my opinion, yes, it's beautiful, but it's a little bit overhyped. I'm not seeing it in person, so I cannot have a fully judgment on that. But I really, really like the purple, and I also really like the jade. I think that is the best color for this car. Now let's go over towards the dyno, because we do have a turbo engine and we really want to know how much power this one can make, and we do have a ECU to tune. So I will see you at the dyno. Okay, we have arrived at the dyno and I managed to first of this entire life I have managed to get the ECU tuned to 16% of its maximum potential. So yes, we do have 16% already for extra tuning, so damn, that's a lot of power. So let's see how much power this one can make. Do we want to proceed? Yes, of course we want to proceed, because we want to know how much power this is gonna make. So the standard factory engine makes 287 horsepower at 5,990 RPM, and we currently make 432 Nm of torque at 3,660 RPM. So that's a very, very nice and respectable numbers for a standard engine. But we will definitely gonna increase that. Look at the power curve. Torque is going down because of the turbo, and the power is going up. And we're gonna make, oh my god, and I'm very happy with that one. We almost doubled. Well, not close, be close. We make 509 horsepower at 6,065 RPM. That's an increase of 223 horsepower at an 87 or a 78% increase. I'm sorry, almost said it wrong. And we also make 709 Nm of torque at 3,785 RPM. That's an increase of 277 Nm of torque at a 65% increase from the factory engine. Damn, that's a powerful Skyline. Well, it's not the 1000 horsepower Skylines or whatever, 2000, whatever. It is a very powerful beast nonetheless. We call it the Godzilla basically. Well, let's see how it is outside, and then let's see how it sounds, and then we go for a little test drive and let's see what the top speed is. So I will show you the car right now. Now that is a engine that screams, I am a Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. That turbo whistle, oh, that is just, oh. What a car, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see how it performs on the test track.
One season later.
So here we are at the speed test. Well, this car looks very, very good in the sunlight. Well, it is a rear-wheel drive car, so let's see how it handles. And let me change the camera, and there we go. We are off. Okay, so we do have wheel spin all the way up to second to third gear. Okay, it's going very fast. I put an extra gear in it. I think it was the 7th gear. Yes, I put a 7th gear in it, so it should go around 300 maximum. Let's see how... Okay, it's going up. 250. Okay, it handles pretty okay. Come on. Oh, this thing can go. This thing can go, 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 go. Oh, wow. Okay. Breaky, breaky. Well, 289 kilometers an hour. Almost 300 kilometers an hour. There we go. Do a little drift. But yeah, this car handles very nicely. It is heavy. It is a heavy car, but it actually handles very good in the corners. Let me do one more test. I can basically hold full throttle. And there we go. That is the test for the Nissan Skyline R34. Now let's go over towards the garage for the final results. And let's see what we can do with the car. Well, I'm definitely going to keep it, but let's see how much money it can bring.
5 minutes later.
So we have arrived at the garage after the speed test, and look at this angle, ladies and gentlemen. This looks just so good. Well, let's go back towards the numbers because we want to see what we can do and get from this car. Well, we currently have a 100% car, as you can see right over here. The body, the frame, the parts and the interior, all 100%. That means that all the parts we have is correct. If you forgot any parts, it will be on the last page, and you can also look at the parts list where you missed parts. And we have a engine that produces 509 horsepower and 709 Nm of torque, and we have a factory tuning, or a tuned engine, sorry, for 74.3% increase from the factory power. But the main question is, how much money can we make from this beautiful car right over here? And that is... wow, that is a very beautiful number, and I'm very pleased with that, but I'm not gonna sell this one. We currently can make 127,493 credits, and we can make a solid profit of 121,870 credits for this beautiful Nissan Skyline. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We do indeed have the 100,000 GT-R on our hands. Well, that's probably a cheap car in today's money, but it's also a lot of money for a beautiful car. Well, that is it. And this thing can go in the collection. That is a very, very nice. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be much appreciated. And if you have any tips, tricks, or just something you wanted to say, leave it down in the comments down below. That would be much appreciated. And I wish you a very nice day, and we will see you in the next video next Sunday. Peace out, everybody.